Okay. So, what is up, guys? It's Ashpill98 here. We're back with Gran Turismo. Now, I just want to apologise straight out for the fact that I pressed the wrong button whilst I was setting up my stream yesterday. Well, technically this morning. Now, I did 2 parts of the first stream because it was meant to be a 1-part stream. However, it kind of disconnected me, so I had to reset it up and do episode 1 part 2. However, I also forgot to include my microphone audio whilst I was going through my broadcast settings to turn off the camera. I accidentally turned off the microphone as well. Now, aside from me being an idiot because I've not been uploading for that year until like this week or so, so you just have to bear with while I get used to everything again. Anyway, without further ado, this is episode 2, Gran Turismo 7. I'm pretty much gonna stream when I play this game when I can be bothered. So sometimes there may be points in the stream where I'm really quiet, because obviously things may be going on outside of the screen and things like that. So yeah, anyway, aside from all this, let's just get into this, because it's been going for 5 minutes and 10 seconds already, and you've seen nothing apart from me just dithering about. So we're back into Gran Turismo. Fantastic game. I've really enjoyed my experience of this game so far, and obviously you can see how terrible I am at doing the licenses and stuff from yesterday. Now, obviously, I would normally play in previous GT titles. Obviously, I used a controller up until Sport, and then I had a wheel by that point. But Gran Turismo Sport, whilst it was a good game for what it wasn't this. You know, we all wanted this, and we got Gran Turismo Sport. So, lo and behold, everyone's joy when GT7 was announced. It was so long that wait, but yeah, it is fantastic. I'm so glad that we finally get to play it now. So yeah, eventually I will get round to playing this on the wheel, and then I will probably have the camera turned on at some point, probably when I get the VR for the PS5, when I get the PSVR 2, because I don't know how many people know about this, but if you own a first generation PlayStation VR and you want to use it with your PlayStation 5, you would have needed to send off to Sony for an adapter. Now, I tried to, and the serial number that is on your VR splitter box, you know, the bit that looks like a mini PS4 that the wires go into, you know, the VR wires go in one end, and then the other bits are like the 2 HDMIs, one to your PlayStation, one to your TV. Yeah, well, that doesn't work with the PlayStation 5, predictably, and the second gen isn't out yet, unless you had one of those adapters, in which case you could have. I didn't manage to get one of those adapters, and they wouldn't accept the serial number on my VR. So, yeah, it's a bit of a kerfuffle. But these things happen, so until then you'll have to make do with me driving using a controller, as you would have seen during the setup in that first part of the first episode. So Anyway, I'm rambling because, yeah, how I'm gonna do this is just via like this broadcasting from the PlayStation. I do own a gaming laptop and things like that, but I'm not gonna go into the process of going through OBS and all that stuff. It's just a lot more hassle than what I currently want to do. Also, you may see stuff like my FLP content, which is mainly myself and my friends playing games with each other and stuff like that. But that's not really a Gran Turismo thing. I wouldn't have thought, because at the moment I'm just playing by myself in my own free time. So sometimes I will stream with microphone audio, and sometimes I won't. It just depends on if I feel like everyone should hear what I'm saying. So the first episode didn't, because I forgot and made a bit of a blunder in a setup. This one will, up to a point, because if I do happen to get into a party chat with my friends, I don't want to have to feel like I'm saying really strange things to them. And yeah, it just becomes a crisscross of weird information. So anyway, FLP content will be coming whenever we all get around to it. And obviously I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to do, hence the rebrand from Sim Racer Ash to just Ashpill 98, because I want to play I play a variety of stuff. I don't just do sim racing, and it makes it a lot easier for me to fit everything in. Now, the only thing I can't stream if I was playing is something like FIFA, for example, because this account is my main account on the PlayStation, and I got hacked a while ago on an old email address of mine, hence why I had to make the Sim Racer Ash channel in the first place, because I had a channel under this name before and some stuff happened. So there's that, and I won't get into too many details, but long story short, in that time I was away, I just went and I did things on my own and with my friends, and just played games. Just got back into the swing of just having fun. Obviously it was during lockdown, pandemic and various other things. There's other reasons, but I won't go into those because I don't feel it's necessary. I've probably talked about it before. No one needs to hear the same story a million times. So yeah, this is usually why I don't include my mic audio, because I talk a lot of bollocks and don't really get on with stuff. So let's just get into this. We go back into the world map, and yeah, Gran Turismo 7. Let's get it. Now, obviously, as you can see, I have not unlocked all of the stuff, so I'm still. I have not played this since the last stream. You've seen everything I've played of Gran Turismo 7 up to this point. So if we go to my my garage, I do have a few cars. Also, you'll be like, oh, why have you got over 1 million credits? That's because I pre-ordered the 20 when I pre-ordered this game, when it became available to pre-order, because I'm a massive Gran Turismo fanboy, having played literally every single one, despite the fact that Gran Turismo is older than I am. I mean, I'm comfortable putting this information out there. My birthday was on the 21st of February, and I am now 24. make of that what you will. Gran Turismo came out in 1997. I came out the year after. So, long story short, I grew up playing all of these. I had a PS1 as my first console. Didn't have it for very long, but that's where I fell in absolute love with Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, all those sorts of things. And probably like Toka as well. Yeah, Toka. So obviously at that point I was literally just a car obsessed child. Like, I couldn't talk properly, but I could probably tell you stuff about cars. That's the level we're dealing with. Like, all you would see me doing as a child is sat there with, like, prior to playing video games and whatnot, if I wasn't playing on video games, cause this was before I got into, like, playing football or whatever, you would find me with Hot Wheels or Fast and Furious model cars. You would find me with some sort of car-based toy with a fizzy drink and a bar of chocolate. So, yeah, pretty much. And that's predominantly not really changed, other than I've obviously diversified my interests in the last 21 years, let's say. And obviously PS2 was, like many people of my age, PS2 was where it all clicked. You know, Gran Turismo 2, Gran Turismo 3 was probably the first one that I caned. I mean, I played a lot of 1 and 2, but compared to 3, not like nowhere near. And obviously, I think for most people, whether they're fans of Gran Turismo or not, will know that Gran Turismo 4 was literally the pinnacle. It was the game that everyone sunk the most time into. I played a lot of Gran Turismo 5, but obviously by this point, Gran Turismo 5 launched when I was about 12. And by that point, I was also playing like a variety of other stuff as well, like FIFA, Pro Evolution Soccer, and blah blah blah. So, you know, it just naturally you split your time between so much stuff that you don't get as much done. So yeah, Gran Turismo 4 was where it was really at, because it was literally like 2000 and, let's just say between 2003 and 2005, pretty much every day for me was Gran Turismo 4, Burnout 3 Takedown, which that game needs a remaster, as does Need for Speed Underground 1, 2, and The Most Wanted and Carbon. Like like those 4 Need for Speeds to me are the best. And whilst I love like Need for Speed Heat, I think that's really good. You know, Need for Speed 2015 was decent. Payback was okay. You know, Most Wanted 2012 and Rivals, to me, Most Wanted 2012 was just Burnout Paradise, but without the crashing and, you know, without the emphasis on smashing people up and stuff, and with licensed cars, of course. And Need for Speed Rivals was just boring. And obviously, I know that Need for Speed originally was about like the police chases in fast, exotic supercars, but that was sort of just before me. I was part of that whole Fast and Furious Need for Speed style generation, you know, customization and things. So, yeah. Right, so, yeah, I got some nice cars so far. So we've got the Clio, which we earned from the B license, as well as the GTO Mitsubishi, I got the pre-order cars, which is the 917 Living Legend, the Supra GT500, which is fantastic. What else? Oh yeah, the RX Vision GT3 concept.